We're ready. We shall go. Oh, sorry, I'm listening to music. I was using the zone. But you know what's still in the zone? This auto zone. Because we're coming to you live from South Lamar Studios. And unlike to what you might be seeing us as, it is not the Halloween episode.
Forgot about that.
But it is a Halloween themed episode due to our very special guest today.
Wait, you were supposed to dress up today?
Yes.
Oh, I just wore what I normally wear.
Yeah. You dressed up as a nerd.
Oh,
fits right in.
that was my other option, actually.
Oh,
ChatGPT came up with some great ideas this morning.
oh, nice. Well, I think you look very greasy.
Thank you. You look very bloody.
Yeah, thank you. Bud, happy to be doing this again live.
Yeah,
on a Wednesday,
Yeah.
pre-Halloween. So we're excited, and then we do have a very special guest, like I mentioned.
Always special guest.
She's the queen of Halloween. Just to give you a sneak peek in case you don't know who it is.
Sound like she's sitting right over there.
But you'll see our very fancy decoration today that
whoa.
inspired today's episode. But before we get into our very special guest,
Sure.
how's R&D?
Me, the normal person. Yes. R&D is great. We're working on a variety of projects, working with VDC, working with quality soon, and then working with safety still a little bit. So working with multiple departments, and all these things are kind of targeted toward operations. So I guess we're working with operations as we should be.
Supporting
Right.
operations.
Right. Trying to get that 5-star rating, So I don't want to give, too much into that because those are all kind of starting. Well, I guess the safety form's been around for a while, but anyway.
And it's working. So
Yeah,
that's good.
It is working. Yes. And then my humble manager, James Holmes, he wanted to shout out the accounting help at r-o.com. I'll get that soon, maybe 2 years. r-o.com for all your accounting needs you need on the project. If
Can
have
you
any
repeat it one more
questions,
time for this listeners?
I will try.
Ooh.
Accounting help. It auto-completes when you try to send them an email. That's how I remembered
not
what the
relevant.
email was.
You should just read the email as it is.
You're right. Accounting help at r-o.com. All your project accounting needs. And then we also, just to kind of, bookend the upcoming interviews after today, we have, of course, 2 more interviews. We have Marcy Galvan and
Clap,
Joseph
clap, clap,
Harper.
clap. Ooh,
So-
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, hopefully this live interview today reignites the excitement for the live streams, and you can tune into those.
Next couple weeks.
Yep, next 2 weeks.
Nice.
But that's all my updates. What do you got, Brother Bear?
Well, lots of honey and there's very sweet updates that I have for you.
Okay.
As you might have known, I probably already completed it. Today's the last day to do your self-annual performance review
I am working on it as we speak.
as we speak right now.
Well, you're right.
Wow, you're a big fine
Right
liar.
before this, I was
Oh.
working on it.
So
I'm
today's
brainstorming.
the deadline. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure you do.
I'm,
And you just log into UKG to do it.
yes. You
The-
go to positions and review on the
Sure.
side.
You started it. You should let the people know where to access it.
UKG positions review.
There you go. So yeah, just make sure you do that because then after that, just a domino effect of other people to have to domino effect this. So make sure you finish that after this, since
Okay.
you're currently working on it right now.
Yes, boss.
And then another exciting news. It was brought up last time.
It was.
We do have the VDC Innovation Station Challenge
We
happening.
do.
We have a couple ideas.
We
We're
had 2
looking
more
for
since
more.
last week.
We
Yeah.
do?
Uh-huh.
Woohoo, then I'll keep on answering this every week. So we're just trying to identify the most creative and practical uses for VDC processes at RO, but also in the industry. So if you have an idea like surrounding the questions of my team used VDC for this, or what if VDC did this? So if any of those spark an idea in you, make sure you submit it on the Innovation Station Challenge.
Do I have to type a lot out or
No, yeah, actually that's the approach we're taking this time. Trying to just keep it quick and short and simple.
Perfect.
Just kind of quick description, and that's all you need to do to
Okay.
hopefully get one of our $6,000 up for grabs.
how many? How many zeros?
6,000.
What?
No, 6,000 zeros. Just 4 zeros.
Oh.
But it's $6,000.
Still, that's a lot of money too.
So there'll be top 3 winners for each category.
Oh, okay.
So my team used VDC for this. That's one category, and it'd be cool if VDC did this.
Gotcha.
Kind of 2 separate categories, sound the same, but different solutions for each.
Absolutely.
So yeah, make sure you tune in. Just go to r-show.com/idea, find the challenge. If not, find the communications email sent out a couple weeks ago, and then just type away your ideas.
Yeah. Sweet.
But apart from that, that's all the news I have for you.
Well, excellent.
Do you know what's not new, but we love to do in the show?
I do, I think.
Say it. Papa Bear.
Spin that wheel.
Checking with our manager to see if the camera is ready.
The camera's
It is
ready.
ready.
Spin it hard, remember.
Nice.
Hey, our favorite. Well, my favorite. I don't know if you like it or
This
not.
week in history.
This
for those
week
who
in
can't read
history.
it. Take it away,
Okay, taking it away. We have a lot of land purchases or land.
Acquisitions.
Thank you. Land acquisitions by the
I know
United
words.
States. Yes. So on October 18th in 1867, the United States took possession of Alaska. Got it from the Russians for $7.2 million. Do you know how much? What was the cost per acre in cents? Do you have a
Back in
guess?
1867?
Yes. Or I mean, 7.2 million divided by, I guess, the size of the Alaska purchase. I don't know what that is, but
I would say it was about 375.
that's very high. It was 2 cents. 2 cents
Oh.
per acre.
Too optimistic.
So, yes, often known as Seward's Folly, the purchase.
Oh.
On October 20th in 1803, we got the Louisiana Purchase,
we
doubled
love
the
a good
size
Louisiana
of the United States. Do you know how much that one cost per
Oh,
acre?
that was pretty cheap. I remember that.
It is pretty cheap, but it's actually slightly more expensive than the one I just mentioned. Slightly more expensive.
8 million.
8 million what? Cost per? No, give me the
Dollars.
cents per
You
acre.
asked for how much it was.
Per acre.
Oh, 5 cents.
It's 2.8
Oh,
cents per acre. So we're getting our land for cheap out here.
I missed it. I'm sorry, fans.
It's okay. I didn't know it either. In October 21st, 1879, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
Bling.
Bling. We don't have that sound,
We don't have
but we have our sounds. Do you know how long that light bulb would last for?
4 minutes.
No, 13.5 hours,
Oh.
which is still very short. Because I've had LEDs for like 10 years and they're
No need
still.
to brag about your LED.
Oh my
lights,
goodness!
Hagen.
I have way
No
too
one's
many.
gonna
If
afford
anyone needs
those.
LEDs, please let me know. I have way
I
too
actually
many.
do need 2.
Oh, we should meet up after this. I'll give
Yeah.
you some LEDs.
My bedroom's very dark.
They're the white lights. I don't know if you like the white ones.
I just like light.
In 2001, October 23rd, Apple introduces the
Oh, I
iPod.
used to have one of these.
I had a Nano, I think. Yes, but this is the
You're a nano? You're pretty nano.
I don't know how to perceive this. Okay, fine. Do you know how many songs the first iPod could hold?
500.
Apparently, it was 1,000,
Oh.
but it only had 5 gigabytes of memory. Do you know how many songs the new iPhone can store? It has a terabyte.
10 million.
200,000.
Oh.
This is all assuming, I think, 5 megabytes per song, but still, that's a 200 times increase from the iPod, which was what, 23 years ago, 22 years ago? 22. Yeah, almost on the
22
date.
plus 1. Yeah.
Yep. I got it. In
Math is hard.
1861, on October 24th, the first transcontinental telegraph in the United States was completed, connected the East and the West. Do you know who received the first telegraph?
First lady.
Close.
Oh.
The first man. Who was the president at that time? Do you know?
Ooh, I'll let you
He got
answer
shot.
it.
Okay, Abe Lincoln. Oh, he got stabbed. Excuse me. Stabbed? Shot?
Shot.
He
No,
got
US
he got assassinated. Mm. One of the few.
Lincoln. Shot.
Well, I know he's no longer with us.
I'm
Okay.
just watching an opera show.
I apologize, Abe. On October 24th in 1901, Annie Edison Taylor goes over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
I went there.
We just recently
Not
went
in a
there.
barrel,
Yes.
though.
No, we were in a boat and we didn't go over. Do you know how many people have attempted to go over in a barrel?
We asked this to a tour guy.
Yes, he told us, I think, how many people, but this is specifically in a barrel. I don't know why what's up with the barrel.
7.
Close.
4.
Sorry.
9.
11. And how many of those have survived?
10.
6.
Oh.
So if you're looking for a thrill,
Don't go.
I mean, actually, I think I'm sure I know it's illegal. I know people get sent to prison afterwards, but
Nice.
something to consider. But that's been this past week in history.
Oh, you did
Woo!
forget something that happened I
Oh my
was
gosh, here we go.
daunted for it last week.
Mm-hmm.
But this week in history, I don't know if you can see the camera. I don't know if we can zoom into this not so young man's face, but he has a couple gray hairs now
No
because
way.
he's older now. And I can tell you, oh, you missed this article. Yeah, punch that little monkey. In this week in history, on October 22nd, 1993, our very own Hagen Errol Fritz was born.
Thank you. Oh, yes, yes. Do you know any fun facts about me? Any trivia questions that I might not know?
Yes. Do you know where Hagen Fritz was born in? Which city?
Do you know which city Hagen Fritz was
Yes.
born in? What is it?
Houston.
No.
No, it was Fort Worth.
I think it was actually Arlington.
Oh, I mean, you say from Dallas, so
No. Anywho, all right, we're moving on. How much time we got, Senor
have time.
Holmes?
we have 5.
3 minutes.
Let's make it 4.
What do you want to do?
I think we can do one more spinny witty. Willy.
Okay,
Spin the wheel.
be super quick though. This week in history. Well, back in October.
Oh, it landed around the world.
Oh, wow. Okay,
nice.
well, look how.
I'm excited to share this one. We've had a couple weeks
pretty
now,
cool.
but you keep taking the spotlight.
It's the wheel, not me.
But this little project's pretty fascinating. You might be familiar with Robert Downey Jr.,
Sherlock? Yeah.
Iron Man.
Oh.
But in Malibu, he has an inflatable bungalow.
Of course he does.
So I think this is done by Binny Shell Construction. And the concept is pretty cool because they'll have this method that involves inflating a balloon-like structure and then covering it with concrete to create a durable and energy-efficient shell.
That's pretty cool.
So if you're seeing our screen right here, you can
Oh,
kind of
wow.
see the interesting shape that this creates, which makes it very organic, artistic, and very architecturally feely. But it has some sustainable features because the house incorporates various sustainable features, including solar panels, rainwater collection systems, and natural ventilation.
Go,
So of course, these
go you,
elements-
Robert Downey Jr.
I know he's saving the world in movies and in real life, because of course these elements help reduce the environmental impact of the property and promote energy efficiency. So pretty neat, pretty organic build to
I'd
this,
say, yeah.
and a pretty interesting process. So I think there's actually videos online. You can see how this is done. But the fact that they just blow a big balloon and pour concrete on top of it, and they just pop the balloon, and it creates this unique, one-of-a-kind building. Pretty fascinating.
Looks like a hobbit hole.
So make sure you check it out. It's in Malibu, and it's inflatable bungalow.
I like that
Robert
word,
Downey Jr.
bungalow.
Bungalow. I felt was it an animal? Is there an animal named bungalow? Maybe not. I'm making up things now.
Okay.
But what I'm not making up is this very humble introduction to our guest today.
Wonderful.
Um,
Our very special guest.
Yeah, very special. And it's an honor, really, because I've worked with this person now for 6 years.
Wow.
I know, a while. So I've seen her almost every day while I'm at the office, and it's been a blessing. I don't know if you know this, but back when we were young, at RO, you had to take a strengths finder test.
Okay.
And this girl, I believe she's the only woo girl in the company.
Really?
Yeah, not to be confused with Whoop Girl from A&M, but she's the only Woo Girl. So she's very energetic. There's no way you can talk to her and not smile or laugh. And whether she lets you know directly or indirectly, you'll find out she's from LaGrange.
Okay.
She lets you know that she's very proud, and we all love her for it. She's taught me a lot of things I know right now. I wouldn't be here without her. Oh, I made the sound effect.
There it is.
And she's known for her metaphors. So with metaphors as good and wild as Will Ferrell movies, she's the queen of analogies. And soon you'll see she's also the queen of Halloween based on her costume.
What?
I know you'll get to see how spooky she looks.
I haven't seen her all day.
I know no one has. She's been making potions. Hint, hint. But she's a true dandelion or a sunflower, if you prefer those, on a field that stands out and full of sunshine.
Wow.
But I'll stop. I could keep going.
Of course.
Because it's easy to compliment this woman, this leader, this friend that is my pleasure to introduce. And I'm looking forward to what she has to say in this show. The very own, the majestic, the one who's set to break records of this stream for showsies, the one and only
Yes.
They know her as
Oh
Eminem
my
on the
goodness.
streets. Miranda Minchew.
Oh, yay, Miranda.
After this commercial.
We are here because all of you are having your first lunch ever in the newly named Procore Tower.
Was our preparation today for all of this.
That's perfect.
That's we try. I don't know if we've reached perfection yet. Go ahead, just a little bit closer there. Yeah, you can pull it down a little bit. Kind of, you got to manhandle it a bit. These are not precision devices, contrary to what it may seem. We should be good there. We'll
'Kay.
find out in a moment here if Bruno gives us a thumbs up on the audio. Miranda Minchew, how are you doing?
I'm fabulous. Look, it's Halloween season.
The
It's a-
Hollow Queen.
Almost the best season ever.
It is only partly because of your birthday.
I was born into it, you could
Yeah.
say.
Already. Oh, do we have a timer on that? Make it like 10 seconds before we got the first Miranda-ism out there.
I did not prepare that whatsoever.
I find that almost hard to believe, except for the fact that I've known you for a couple of years. So, yeah, I can see that being the case there. How long have we been talking about this? Because I think we put this on the calendar like July, June, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, because we knew October was going to be the month. Yes, and I wanted to capture this, right? I mean,
Yeah.
your suit, this,
Almost forgot what I
Everybody?
was wearing.
do what?
Almost forgot what I was wearing.
Yes,
don't
you
know
are wearing
how.
a suit of pumpkins.
I am.
It's okay. I have a bird. There's a bird in my hat.
Yeah, that's you guys able to see that all right over there? Okay, yeah,
Bird,
that's a
spiders, all the things. So
disco balls,
yes,
flowers.
for the queen. Yeah, the queen's got to wear a tiara and disco balls,
Oh,
and
I didn't even notice the tiara in there.
I made this.
And it's lighting up.
I have to
also.
make sure that everyone knows that I made this with
Like-
my hands. Yep.
Scratch created.
Yep.
No Instagram how-tos or any of that. Just went
No.
in there and went for the kill.
Yeah.
It's fantastic looking. I almost feel bad for people who are on the stream that can't see this because it is majestic to say the least.
Pictures really don't do it justice. I've tried taking pictures and like sending them, to people like, look what I did. And like, it just doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. Well, fortunately for the people in Austin, they get to enjoy it
Yeah. Yeah.
in person. We'll come back to this more
Okay.
later.
Okay.
But for those that aren't, I don't know how, but should anyone not be familiar with you, what's your current job here, Miranda? What would they catch you doing?
Yeah. So it says quality project manager on my email signature. But what does that mean? I do a lot of quality for the projects as far as like waterproofing reviews. That's early on in pre-con, looking at contract documents, trying to put the RO way into the drawing so our teams can effectively build it. Sometimes we're not able to get in ahead, so it's like the teams are on the boots in the ground, and still trying to affect the right way to do things as far as like waterproofing. So really empowering our teams to build the RO way. That's, I guess you could put that
That's-
somewhere, on a wall or on a signature or somewhere. Empowering our teams to build the RO way. Yeah.
Did you just come up with that? Is that part of your charter
No,
or
it's
something?
just I don't know. It's everything, right? I feel
I love it.
alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming out. It's natural.
It's incredible.
But that's just what I feel like that's just what people see it what I do as, but there's I'm realizing that there's a lot behind the scenes to that, right? It's you are helping, there's the whole soft skills to it, right? Effective communication and picking up on just teams vibes, right? And then sort of, coaching our QMs and our PEs, and it's more than just like the physical building that we're trying to help build, right? I feel like part of all of our jobs should really be about building our younger generation and the next our predecessors, right? So it's building buildings correctly, but it's also building our future. So that's the other half of the job that's not written down anywhere that I feel like I have to do.
And I think you hit on it. That's something we all
Mhm.
have to do, from Justin on down to the newest project engineer or even intern. We can't grow. You can't grow into another position unless you have someone to do the job you were doing. And I think in theory, right, if you look at it from just an organizational development standpoint, that's what really allows us to get into these very specific areas and become subject matter experts in quality, in research, in VDC, is that you go, okay, this has been going great. I've learned all this stuff. I've passed it on to these 2 other people, 3 other people, whatever. I'm now going to focus on what I think is the biggest problem today. So yeah, you so eloquently put for being a Lagrangian.
I practice my words, as Granger Smith would say. Yee. Are you broken?
This is going to be tough. It's going to be tough to keep it together. We're going to make it, though. We'll be all right.
Okay.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
I could see why you were nervous.
This might be like 30 minutes of just like laughing. But that's all right. Someone will watch it. I don't know who, but someone
My
will watch
mom. My mom will watch it. Hi, Mom.
You get a lot of family and outside of the coworker pool to
I
dive on
tried.
here.
Oh, but y'all, this is so sad. I had the copy of the YouTube video, and I'm like, I'm gonna send this to like my friends and stuff. I'm scrolling through my text messages, and I'm like, who isn't within the top like 20 recent text messages? It's not RO. So, yeah, they're up there, and I sent it to those in the top messages, but most of the people are already RO employees and got
Yeah.
the email from you earlier.
Yeah, yes, I kind of forgot how to do that. If you want to take that, Miranda, see, you've got this lovely face
Am I too
and
loud?
fantastic hat, and people can't see it right now. Oh, that's a little much. We don't need to put it. That's perfect right there. That is on the money. That
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how they work.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Oh,
wouldn't.
yeah.
Be. I don't know.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I
That's
should see
better.
it.
Yeah.
It felt weird. I felt like I
The
was.
room
talking
just
to the
got
microphone.
bigger.
So you have a lot of friends that are coworkers. Is what I'm taking out of this, or do you not have friends?
No, I think as I've gotten older, there's a handful of friends, right, that are very meaningful. I legit am still best friends with the girl that sat next to me in kindergarten. And so like I pride myself on that, and like I really want Bo. That's my 3.5-year-old, whom also painted this. Yes. A little child I have at my house. This is a witch saying it. Painted this. Anyway, I really want him to grow up with developing those kinds of relationships. And that's something that I still like that today, just value the core friendship. Anyway, so yes, sorry, I don't know where we're going. You asked me if I had friends. And yes, I have deep, meaningful friendships, James.
We got this close to having that clip of like just Miranda talking to cameras by herself, lights out, vacuum running.
That's okay, we'll get there. It's not over yet. We still have
barely started.
35 minutes, so
Thank
I
you for
will
letting me
go
know.
on a rant. It's okay.
I was sitting here trying to figure out the clock's wrong, and I'm like, I don't know when we started, so I just flashed them a message. Let me know it's 1:50. But Miranda's on it. She's got the watch.
Yeah.
She came to party. Okay, so back to RO for a brief moment,
Okay.
whom are mostly, or not, almost all of your friends at RO here.
hmm
A lot of good people. You haven't always been a project quality manager. You were in the past a
Mhm.
VDC manager and a VDC specialist, amongst other things.
Mhm.
What was it or is it about that quality that made you interested in pursuing that and dedicating your hours per day there?
Okay, you ready? Here's my
I'm
really,
always ready.
it might be a few minutes. Okay, so I have to start from the very beginning, and I have to give a couple of shout outs, right? So I started as an intern actually in VDC Dallas, and knew that I wanted to eventually come back to VDC, but Christine Shang was like, "Hey, I really think yes, let's do VDC, but let's push you to the field first." So I went to the field first, and I was at 3800 Lamar, and I want to give like a shout out to Paul Munchinger, who as a PE made me go check our skin. Like he was like, "You need to own it. You need to check it, take pictures of it like it's nobody's business." And so like I was out there, felt it, saw it, touched it. There was a virtual mock-up in VDC that a VDC specialist did. So really taking the virtual piece to it and learning. I mean, gosh, PEs are expected to know how to QC things that they haven't been taught. So like I know that from firsthand where it's like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like I'm looking at this and is this right? Is this wrong? So like I had Trey Stewart was the superintendent on that project, and I learned so much from him. He actually taught me how to check shop drawings because it was like, hey, you need to check these shop drawings. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Apples to apples. I'm sure y'all have heard him say that. But I like to say that Trey Stewart taught me how to check shop drawings. But then I could ask him, hey, what is this? You know, is this right? Is this wrong? But really having like a teacher is so, gosh, this is a whole nother parking lot tangent I could go on, but we'll save
You
it,
guys take a
right?
smoke break if you want. Come back in 20.
I told you I would go off right here. So that's the roots, right? I just wanted to say, like, when I was in the field, it's that ownership, it's the learning and asking that really planted that seed. It took a little bit for it to, right? That's what you do. You plant it in the seed, looks like nothing's happening, but you're watering it, you're letting it sunlight, you're tending to it, right? And then one day it's going to reach the surface and it will bloom. So I feel like that's the seed that was planted years ago. And then became, onto the path, went into VDC as it was planned, became VDC manager, I would say it ran its course, right? But I always knew that seed was in the ground. I had to do something about it, right? So, and I always said, I will say it, and I think you knew this, everybody knew this, where it's like, there was always the risk of Miranda wanting to go back to the field. But I just, I fell in love with the people and what we do in a support department to help our teams. I felt like Miranda is better spread across different teams than it is to just be on one team. So
Put another way, teams can only handle so much Miranda, and they need to spread her out amongst other teams.
more the merrier, as I see it. So
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know. Where was I? Squirrel. Yes. So here I am, like kind of, that's how I got here. That was the seed that was planted. Here I am in quality. Like I'm putting it to use are you okay? Okay.
Very
Anyway,
good.
you're good. Okay. So anyway, here I am now. It's funny because Bruno brought up the Strength Finder saying where I am also a learner, and I struggle with not being an expert because I don't really truly think that anyone can be an expert in what they do in construction because it is always changing, right? That's what it's always evolving. It's always changing. There's new products, there's new ways. We're getting better at what we're doing. So like you can never be an expert in one thing. And it's a struggle for me, right? Because I feel like I need to be an expert, but I'm also a learner. So like being in a position where I won't be an expert and I'm always learning things is I feel like I've found the sweet spot to where I need to be like happy and fulfilled because I'm continually learning and you will never stop learning about anything in construction, honestly. We're always going to be building better.
In life, I think is not even limited to what we do here. It's growing personally as well. How to be a better wife, boyfriend, parent, dog caregiver, whatever. There's always opportunities to continue improving, and it does seem like a lot of times I think a lot of people want that improvement in life, but they don't necessarily make time for it. They end up with someone else, I wouldn't necessarily say controlling their life, but someone else who dictates how they use most of their time. So while they want to be better, like it takes an active effort. You have to want it. You have to find time for it, make time for it. How do you do that? Because you're exceptional in that in almost every regard. You're, to your point, you're constantly learning and improving and just harnessing more knowledge and bettering yourself. Like, how do you do that? Do you have a morning routine, or do you have like is it mentors, or what's your secret? What's your secret sauce?
This
here,
is my
Miranda?
secret. So it's I don't do anything cool. My routine is just get the kid to school, make sure he's alive, fed, bathed, all the things, right? Feeding my husband, uh, basic life skills, right? There's nothing. So the secret though to I advancing, right? Not advancing, but like doing better career wise is, and I learned this as a VDC manager, but it is, and I still say this today, it's make opportunities, not excuses. And so where you see an opportunity for improvement, or you see something not happening, you're like, that's an issue. What could we do? Rather than waiting for somebody else to figure it out, or even just mentioning it, pointing it out, right? No one's going to give you permission to, you don't have to get permission to do a better thing. Just start doing it. And literally, I feel like that's how I've kind of just carved this way, this unique, that's why my career path is just so unique. And I feel like it's going to continue to be that. I almost don't like, I'm not chasing any kind of thing in the future. I'm just going to let where my heart and my passions lead me. That's where it's going to be. And I feel like that's the best fit for because I'm able to see what the company needs and where I fit into that. And it's going to go, it's fluid, right? It's organic. So that's make opportunities, not excuses.
That's a good one-liner. I don't know who you stole that from, or if that's a Miranda
Yeah.
original.
Mhm.
Man, I'm gonna have to start giving you a nickel every time I use that. 'Cause that's a good one. Yeah, there's especially at RO, and I feel this isn't like meant to be just a love on RO for an hour a week, but that's inevitably there's some of that that comes through. But there are a lot of places you can go and you don't have those opportunities. We both know someone who is being told the opposite, right? Trying to do better, and it's all, nope, just stick to the rails. Don't try the new things. We don't have time for that. We don't have space for that right now. And this is, I think, a very unique environment. This one in particular, like the annex of this office has been allowed to just foster creativity and unique problem solving to a degree that I think is probably unparalleled in this industry. And it's really a lot of probably what keeps a lot of the people here, but also what has allowed these little bits and pieces to come out of the woodwork, right? I look at Mr. Gonzalez and the SMPS award that he received for doing the VR cars. That doesn't come from being like, hey, we need to get this award. That comes from people wandering in creativity and thinking, hey, I can take this and I can do this with it. And if you just trust me, if you just give me a couple weeks and trust me, I can make something really cool happen that's going to, be able to showcase our efforts or improve a process or make sure that the waterproofing is as snug as a bug.
Yeah, it's really leaning into the creativity and the passions of each individual, and it's going to, exceed what was any kind of expectation. If you just let someone express their passions and their creativity, it's going to tenfold,
Definitely. Man, that's a beautiful thing. I don't know why I wrote notes down. I'm not using these at all. I did make a note. Did you and Paul look at Polaroids whenever you said you were taking pictures at 38 in Lamar. Were they Polaroids? You go out there with like...
Oh, are you insinuating that I'm old?
You're older than me, so I mean...
Yeah. No, this was still phones. Yeah, I still have pictures of that
not
job.
Disposable cameras.
Yes, no, that was a few years before that. But just to, it's fine. It's fine, James, move on. What's the next question?
What's the most challenging aspect of your job?
I kind of touched on it a little bit, where like I think the conflict of not knowing everything and then being in a position to where like I feel like people look at me to know everything and I don't know everything, but it's a little bit of conflict of that. And then two, I feel like every day there is some kind of conflict, whether it's...
Elaborate on that, please.
Yep, I'm going there. So whether it's having to talk to design teams and being like, this actually isn't drawn buildable, maybe it's telling teams like, hey, this actually is not correct in a sense that from waterproofing, whatever you have, you're opening the company up for risk. Or I was my I feel like the biggest thing is like you're trying to help teams and they're not listening. Like it's really overcoming all of the conflict, right? And I don't like conflict. I don't. So really having to face it every day, I feel like yes, it's making me a better person, but every day it's like it's something else, right? So
Trying to grow a branch into the shadows a bit.
yeah, and I know that you really should not focus on your weaknesses. You really want to focus on your strength. I feel like that's what has gotten me. That's kind of what helps, right? I'm just focus on Miranda on what you do best, and that's seeing the silver lining on every cloud, you know? So like I can see the positivity in every single circumstance. So the conflict isn't maybe as bad as I downplay it. I have to. Self-preservation, right? So yeah, just that's the most challenging thing is just the turmoil kind of Miranda faces personally. And then I'm gonna go here because we're talking about turmoil, kind of conflict. One of the things that I struggle with is whenever I see teams or individuals or, you know, it could be groups collectively, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, don't have the same, this is difficult, right? Because I'm a very passionate person. Clearly you can see that. Everybody knows that, you know, me. But whenever people aren't as passionate as me about what we do, I get very frustrated, you know, because it's like, I wish everybody cared I wish everybody cared as much as I do. Even if it's like I'm spread across all projects, but every single project is my project. I wish everybody had that same mindset of this is my project. These are your children's projects. Would you build a school and have the thing in the back of your mind like, okay, I'm building a school, but I want my kids to go here. Like that's a red flag, right? Like build it. It's a legacy, right? We are building legacies, build for generations to come. If you can't build it for yourself, then who are you building it for? Treat it as if it was your own house.
Sorry, we don't have a mic for you to
Sorry,
drop on that one.
I went off again. I forgot what you were asking, but I totally led into that.
Yeah, all good. The question was the most challenging part of your job.
That's still part of it. It's still part of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I know no one else has seen it yet because we haven't released it, but we talked with Joseph Harper recently. That'll be coming out mid-November, that podcast, whatever, live stream, whatever these are. Still don't know what to call them. But I'm hearing a lot of similar things, and I'm seeing a lot of parallels, which is funny because I feel like I know you both pretty well. Not things I would have connected the dots on before. But I want to go back. You mentioned the strengths and weaknesses and focusing on your strengths. And I think that's so interesting because you should focus on the strengths, right? You should focus on your strengths, but you should do so in a way where you don't ignore your weaknesses. You should find a way to supplement your weak areas with your strengths, or just take those weaknesses head on and say, well, I have this thing that I want to do, whatever it is, whether it be professional, personal, project related or not. And there's going to be times where you don't have that skill set to do what it is that you want to get done. I have few skills, so I run into this very frequently. But you can take those weaknesses and say, well, that's a weakness of mine. I don't want to waste time addressing a weakness, and I don't want to waste time addressing an area that I'm never going to be strong in. But at the same time, I think you can sprinkle a little something in there. And it will allow you to achieve those objectives that you're trying to get to.
Yeah, agreed.
No,
I like it.
Sure. Even if you didn't, said it. It's there. You said conflict, and I was like, oh, where are we going?
Well, it's the right. I think everybody has that, right? I think everyone has a little self, right? That it's the devil and not the devil. No, that's not the right conflict. I don't know. Just what you believe in and then what you do professionally has to line up.
Yeah, good luck sleeping at night if they don't.
Right. Yeah. That's what I tell younger people at career fairs or people like looking at different companies. Like, write down your own values. What's important to you as a person? What do you believe in? And then you have to line that up with the company that you work for. Because it's so funny because I've Sorry, you want?
No, go. Keep going.
Okay,
Keep going.
like I've had people I've come up to me at career fairs or talk to so who else are you talking to? Well, we see you do your internship at so and so and da da da, and you can very quickly find out what is important to them, and if have family culture and work-life balance and innovation and sort of it's literally what is on our wall, right, of our core values. And if that doesn't align up with what they're looking for, then it's because I literally have had a kid be like, "God, I want to work really hard. I don't care. I understand that you have to work long, hard hours and da da da, and I want to work my way up and da da." I'm like, maybe that's not here. Sounds like you don't mind, being worked really hard, and you see it as just a short term. You see that as a short term, so you can climb the ladder faster. And I feel like we want to embody people who are here for, we call them lifers, right?
Yeah.
But it's a long-term investment. It's not just another notch in someone's belt.
Yeah. Well, you run up that ladder, I'm sure Ross or anyone in safety there would be quick to point out that you don't maintain those 3 points of contact, you're likely to fall. You're going to start all over again. So it might seem like you're making the right decision if you got that hustle mindset. And to anyone out there at RO or whomever, have some values, have something you believe in, because I think one of the biggest struggles people run into is they don't have that. And if you don't have something you believe in, someone else can easily convince you of something to believe in.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, if it's some religion, if it's family, if it's going to every music festival in Ohio in the next year, like whatever it is, have something that you can invest yourself into and believe in. Because if you don't have that, you just run the risk of running down some dark paths.
Yeah, it's almost like having a good foundation, right? I know it's
Yeah.
the metaphor, a good foundation, strong house. So same thing with your beliefs. It's really funny because actually that's one of my other top 5 strengths is belief. No, there you go. It explains a lot. Woo, belief, learner. What's the other one? Relator. I forgot what the other one was. Anyway, forget it. We can move on.
All
Okay.
good. Hey, it is funny how representative of people those are.
Mhm.
I think I know my number 1 is learner, and I think my number 2 is analytical. And most people look at me and say, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a-hole doesn't show up in there for some reason, but
No, we can't. It's not politically correct.
So I have no idea how much time we have. I think we have like 15, 20 minutes. We can keep going to
17.
17.
Yeah.
See, I'm doing all right with the mental math.
Uh-huh.
We can keep going. Nothing's going to cut us off.
Yeah.
We can go for 3 hours. I don't know if I can talk that long.
I have a meeting at 2:30.
We're not going to let you know when it's 2:30. But what are some of your pet peeves? Do you have any pet peeves?
Here's just some examples, right? Traffic and then people not doing the zipper and going out of line. Can I just pass that to everybody? Take
Yes.
turns. Yes.
PSA.
Yeah, that's
zipper merge.
that's my biggest one is when people don't follow the zipper rule.
Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive because, like, you want to be, especially in Texas, everyone wants to be courteous and kind. Like, oh, I'll just get over now, but there's like a half mile of empty. lane
That
over there.
also drives me crazy. I feel like it'd be much more time efficient if you just wait until
Just
it's time to zipper
Yeah.
than zipper.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so it's okay. The people who everyone's getting in one line, right? Let's all start zippering way back here. But then you have the a-hole is just like right across. I'm like, I hope that, but yes, right?
But
I do think you
they're
should.
utilizing all of the road.
I do think I agree with that. But then if sometimes you have the circumstances where people are just clearly just disobeying the manners of traffic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I just think in the back of my head, I'm like, I hope you're going to the hospital and someone in your car is having a baby. Because you
have
never
some
know, because that
justification.
might be happening. Someone might be going to see a dying family member in the hospital. Let them go, So
Yeah.
I have to make exceptions for people.
Seek to understand.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
So
It keeps falling.
Are we
Sorry.
gonna make it? Do we need to get the prop guy in?
No,
here
I
to,
just have to shove it down
take you
further.
down,
It's quite heavy. It's tied to my head, but I can't. I really want to make sudden movements. I'm very restrained right now.
So you do seem rather unanimated compared to your
Yes,
typical
I know,
self.
because I'm trying not to make this thing fall off.
It looks
it's-
fantastic. It's worth it.
I really want to
It's
be
worth it.
animated, but I can't.
No one will yell at you for taking it off too.
No, it's okay. No, it's
All right.
part of it. I worked
Hey,
really hard.
I like the dedication. You mentioned the pumpkin.
Yeah.
And This was Kiddo that did
my
this.
little
Is that right?
my little kid.
This is. I mean, I would say he has every color of the rainbow, but he has
Uh-huh.
every color of the rainbow and then some. Because I see there's some
Yeah,
brown in there.
brown and purple and blue. And I asked him if he wanted to do a face on it, and he did not. So it's just going to be, and it's acrylic, so it's actually starting to come off too, but it's fine. We'll probably carve it maybe this weekend. Do
I'm ho-
something with it.
I'm hoping there was like some newspaper involved here.
No,
Or how
no.
was it? Is like finger paint or like brush?
No,
like, what
he
was
likes to paint. He loves to paint.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
You get
yeah.
that for- You're a bit of a painter, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why I embrace it, right? The creativity and let him kind of express himself in a different way.
Yeah.
But no, he's got a little craft table, and it's been coated. So go to town, honey, because it wipes up. Everything wipes off of it, so it's fine.
Oh, it's fantastic. And the your ride for the day
Yes,
here?
yeah, I brought that
Um,
in this morning. Mhm.
Was this a Miranda construction as well?
No, actually, I bought that from Home Goods a few years ago.
A few years ago?
Yes. It's usually on the front porch because we have a witch. Oh, hey.
She's here, yeah.
Hey, throwback, right? I should have thought of, but right, this is literally off the top of my head and spontaneous. I wish I would have gotten a picture of this. I know it's there because I think we might have looked at it the other day when we were archiving through pictures. Sorry, I'm going off
We
the rails,
have
right?
some pictures that you
Oh, I
sent.
know, but that's not them.
Okay, something
It's
different.
remember the witch that we used to have in the old annex, and we put in the corner of the conference room to try to scare the cleaning ladies.
I do recall this.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, no, she still exists. In fact, I have two of them. And so the extra one used to live here. And the other one we put on the porch at Halloween, like on Halloween, because we have a trick-or-treating neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we put the witch on the rocker and block basically our front porch off. So no one comes and like no one thinks that we're doing we're a candy house, right? Because I still have the front porch light on because it's a black light. But then we block someone from coming up to the front door with the witch, knowing, okay, like we're out trick-or-treating. I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, I guess the whole witch
I
thing.
don't
We
know.
used to have it in the office to scare people. Yeah. I really wish I had a picture of that right now, but it's fine. Okay.
Oh, it's all good. just imagine Miranda's house with a
Yes.
witch sitting on
Yeah.
the porch.
Uh-huh. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And you might have seen one in the office if you're
It mhm.
a member of the cleaning staff here at
Or you were
3901.
in VDC like 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
I think it was further back than
You're
that.
probably right.
Oh goodness, it's all
Yeah,
right.
it was. It was
See,
four
your
four
age is getting
years.
to you.
4 or
It's
5.
okay.
Okay.
We'll ignore that for the moment. What do you like to do for fun, Miranda?
I really like to. It's funny. I don't seem like a traveling person, but I really like to just really have experiences with Bo and Dustin. And you know, we just came back from New Mexico not long ago, and we went camping. Camping. It was more like glamping. We were in a cabin. We were not roughing it. There was indoor plumbing, and anyway, going to the beach and just doing different things with our little family. You know, and then also, so that's.
We're not leaving that yet.
Oh, okay. I also do other things for fun, but we can.
No.
Yeah.
For you,
Mhm.
is it more about going to that place and seeing what you go to New Mexico and you go to I don't know whatever's in New Mexico, balloons. I don't know balloons.
It
and
was
deer.
that same weekend, but yeah. Trees.
Or is it tree? Yeah, there's a lot of pine trees.
Yeah.
Is it more about that for you, like experiencing a new place, or is it more about going and being with the family and them experiencing it?
That it's more or less letting Bo experience that, but it's funny because I read somewhere, and I know this is why we do things with him, but we're really not creating memories for him because he's not going to remember it. We're creating memories for ourselves with him, you know, because he's only going to be little for this long. And like one day, he's not going to want to do those things with us, or he's going to do it with his own family. So like, this is our opportunity to make our memories with him. You know, what he remembers, sure, great, that's fine. But I read in a book, sort of reading about like raising boys, and they're different. It's the art of the nurturing. What is it? It's called Wild Things: The Art of Nurturing Boys. And this isn't really related, but I have to say it right. But I've learned is that we are raising a man. We're not raising our son. So
Interesting.
we're raising someone to be in society. I'm not raising someone to be a mama's boy. You know, does that make sense? Like I want him. Sorry, total tangent, right? I go off
You're
on
good.
these like real rabbit trails. It's like I don't want him. I want him to be a good father and a good friend and a good husband. So it's really instilling showing him that that way. Anyway,
That was a perfect segue into my next question, because it's a showcase of you're not trying to make him into what you want him to be. He this sounds corny. He's not your doll, right? Like this isn't like he isn't there for. He is there for you, but he's not. You're not training him to be like, oh, mom's servant or dad's grass cutter or whatever. Like you're raising him to be a functional member of society. I think that's something that a lot of people overlook because they see, and someone who doesn't have kids, it's like, oh, you're my kid. You don't acknowledge the fact that, like, you're also your own person.
Yeah.
And it seems like you can tell the difference in people as they mature and all that into who fell into kind of which category. But the question that leads into for me is I had the great opportunity to be one of your direct reports in the past. You were my manager for a year and a half, something like that, 2 years. I have no idea.
Yeah, sure, math.
But you manifest fantastically the servant leadership model, whether intentionally or elsewise. What does that servant leadership model mean to you?
That it kind of it speaks for itself, right? I learned that the best, like you were saying, in the VDC, because right now I don't actually have any direct reports. So I learned it obviously when I had direct reports, but now it's different, right? Because I serve a lot more people. I serve every single team. I serve the whole company. Whereas before, like as a VDC manager, was serving that team, and it's really it's elevating them. It's helping with obstacles and really building them up because they're the ones doing the important work, right? I saw myself as just like, hey, I'm here to help y'all. You know, how can I serve? How can I serve you? I feel like it's hard to describe that because it is exactly what it is. It's servant leadership. It's the basis of I'm here to help serve you, take past, elevate, or cut out obstacles. Help clear the path for you and elevate you, promote you. So not just promotion but
right,
lift you up.
Yeah.
It's the picture of the one manager lifting up the whole team rather than the other way around where the whole team is holding up the manager. That to me is servant leadership, that image.
Well put. We'll try and see if those guys can get a picture. In the meantime, we have some pictures here that people should be able to see of you. And there's a Miranda deer. There's a couple of Miranda deer. Actually, I'm seeing a bit.
Do
of
they
a theme
see
here.
this whole screen right here?
Whatever we're sharing here is what they're seeing. What you're
yeah.
seeing here is what they're seeing.
Okay.
See a couple of other fantastic RO folk and
yeah.
a Dustin out there.
Yes, family costumes.
Great Halloween costumes. What is your best ever Halloween costume?
Oh, that is so hard. I feel like I'm gonna touch on a few of them. Just like, okay, so for my I'm always like something for my birthday because obviously like my birthday's around the corner. Which one's funny? Which one are you laughing at?
The jazz singer or whatever, Genie. I don't know.
Genie?
What
yeah, I was the Genie. Yep.
Yeah.
My mom made that costume.
Did she really?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yeah, just as I made Bo's costume this year.
Aw.
I know. I wish I had a picture of that because anyway. So here's a little. How much time do we have? Okay, 5 minutes. I actually frown. Okay, here's my little secret. Right, is I somewhat frown upon people who buy costumes.
Sorry.
Because I have always made them, whether kind of put together like my own idea or like that one. I actually made that. My mom helped me sew that. Got a pattern, bought fabric, created it. Yes.
For anyone who happens to be listening to this on Spotify or Apple or whatever, Miranda's referencing a clown outfit with just, a perfected clown dress and the tie-dye socks and the clown shoes.
Oh,
the pink wig. I mean, the full
okay,
ensemble.
here I go. Ready? So I was my own birthday clown. And so it's a picture of me with another clown. Someone bought that costume. Clearly, it's not as creative. Anyway, so it was my goal this is so funny. It's, I wanted to basically clown all the clowns because I was the better clown. So I would go up to other clowns and be like, take a picture with me. So under this like little tutu skirt that I had on, I had a bicycle horn. So like as I'd walk, I'd go, and then I had a little, because also under the skirt, I had shorts on underneath it, like little bloomers. So I had like pockets and stuff in my skirt because I didn't carry a purse, right? I had a bag of balloons, and I'd go up to people and say, "Hey, do you want a balloon animal?" I'd be like, "Yeah, give me a hippo or give me a giraffe." They thought they would be so clever trying to tell me something like crazy. I would just blow up a regular size balloon and then just draw whatever it was that they wanted on it. And so that was me clowning the clown because I was like, "Hey, I'm a better clown than you." Anyway,
Faces start laughing.
that's one of them. I would say that might be that's probably my top one. But then also when I was a fried chicken, fried chicken. So I
Is this in the white?
yeah,
here?
that's the white one. So I was a chicken and I just gave myself a sunburn and I called myself fried chicken.
What, you gave yourself a sunburn?
Well, like with
your birthday and
no,
Halloween in October.
It was a fake. I just would like
Oh, okay.
like blush, whatever it was called. And then the other one was Dustin and I were people of Walmart.
Yes.
And that one was I didn't make it. I just bought all the things for it. And I embarrassed him because we got up on stage to enter the Halloween
Yeah, there
costume.
it
So
is.
I was a person of Walmart with like tattoos, and I had a Walmart bag as a purse.
This is fantastic.
And he was the Walmart greeter. So that one was really fun. And then of course now, fast forward to like now when we have Bo, we always try to do something funny. So we did Ace Ventura, where Bo was Ace Ventura, I was the dolphin, and Dustin was Lois Einhorn. You get it?
Yes.
Because
Oh my gosh.
she's a man.
No, yeah, I was gonna say not only Ace Ventura, but Ace Ventura in the like a attorney outfit there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so
Female
so
attorney
blessed
outfit.
that he
I
dresses
don't know
up
if you can do that movie
whatever
today.
I wanted to. And then last year we were Dumb and Dumber, and Bo was the other owl. And you probably can't tell, but his Halloween candy bag. If you know Dumb and Dumber is one of our favorite movies of all time. So we're Harry and Lloyd. Bo is the owl, and his candy bag was the owl, and it has the cork in his forehead, and then the eyes crossed out because it was the owl that they killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The charity banquet auction.
Yep.
Thing.
Yep. Man, this party really died.
Should do a remake of that. LaGrange and Mansfield.
Oh, yes. And then this year, Bo is going to be a dragon, which I mentioned that my mom and I sewed that costume as well. And then it's from the book Dragons Love Tacos. And so Bo is a dragon. I am hot sauce, and Dustin is a taco. We did not make the taco and the hot sauce costumes. But for what it's worth, we're looking
That'll
forward
be
to
good.
that. Yeah.
I look forward to doing this again a year from now and seeing what you had
Yes.
for next week.
Yeah.
Do we have time for two more questions, Miranda?
Yeah. Yeah. I can
All
be
right.
fast. Okay.
First one is, who would play Miranda?
Oh,
a
I don't know
biographic
that.
film.
I thought about this question, and
I have an answer.
myself.
Yourself.
Yes. I was voted most likely to be an
Okay.
actress in high school. It would be me. It would be my starring moment. I forgot that shameless little plug of all the little fun Miranda facts of back in high school. Anyway.
We might be able to make that happen.
Okay.
I have a feeling after this gets out to the internet, someone's going to be like, that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kardashians, step aside. We've got the
Oh, no,
Minchews
please,
coming in.
please, no. Please, no.
Oh, yeah. Real Housewives of Bastrop.
I don't know.
Starring you
So
and
that would be a
Tamara
good
and-
question to be like, what would the title of your reality show be?
Well, what would it be?
I don't
Now
know. No clue.
All right. Well,
Okay.
think about that.
Yes. Yeah, that's something to think about.
Last question for you,
Mhm.
ma'am. This has gone by far too quick. But what advice would you give a young Miranda?
It's probably something that I've learned right now where I'm at in life. So first of all, I don't regret anything, because I really don't believe that people make mistakes. I think you learn. You just continue to learn. I always say people, if you do the same thing twice, that's a mistake. But the first time is a lesson learned. So I don't necessarily know if I would tell young Miranda to like not do anything different, right? Because I'm so happy that I am where I'm at. But then I think I would maybe hone in on some of my emotional intelligence a little bit better. I felt like if I would have started younger, not that I would be further now, because like I said, I'm happy where I'm at right now. So it's hard to describe what would you tell younger Miranda, because I don't really regret anything other than maybe start sharpening some of the skills that I'm using today. Like, why don't we start learning that back then, right? So that's what I think. Start honing in on the emotional intelligence.
Never too soon. but it's one of those things you probably. I don't think there's anyone under 25 or so, especially no dudes under 25. They're like, oh, I'm going to sharpen my emotional intelligence.
I didn't even know what that was. I thought like there's so many things I've like learned, but it's that's one thing I would start to do back then. Yeah,
This has been a lot of fun.
a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, my face hurts from laughing
Perfect.
so much.
You did my
So
job.
thank you for that. Right, well, if laughter is the best medicine, you're the best doctor out there. Sorry, Dr. Fritz.
Hey,
Your school means nothing if you can make people laugh.
best laugh. Also, high school class 2005. Best
Of
laugh.
course.
Yes.
You didn't have to
Hey,
date
class
yourself like
personality.
that. Thank you to everyone for jumping on today. First live stream we had done since I think it was August 23rd. It was actually Colby was the last time that we did one of these live. We've been doing pre-recorded. We've got a couple of pre-recorded shows coming up. We'll have Ms. Marcy Galvan coming out next week, and then the following week, getting into I think it's mid-November, we'll have Joseph Harper, which both are fantastic. For anyone who doesn't know Marcy, she's up in the Dallas office, and she is just she's RO's mother.
Mom, I was just about to say she's Aro's mom.
She has some excellent stories to share, and Joseph had some fantastic insights, some great introspective views on project management and how to grow into that role and how to build yourself as a leader. That is just top. I mean, I hesitate to put too much weight on him and too much weight on the conversation, but it is TED Talk-esque as far as the insights that he provides. So definitely watch out for those. I know it's a couple days early, but happy birthday, Miranda. I'm super stoked we were able to do this a couple days beforehand and able to get you in all of your Hollow Queen glory. Ask and teach. If you don't know things, ask questions. And if you know things, teach somebody. That's how we all grow. Zipper merge, please. Just please zipper merge. Please drive intelligently. And make opportunities, not excuses. I think that's really the biggest takeaway from all this. Make opportunities, not excuses. So thank you for that, Miranda. And we'll see you all later.
Thank you.